Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, so again, this is part of my risk management tool set. The custom code I'm going to show in the next 3 video segments, including this one, part of the tools and arsenal that I'll have available that I can use for risk management. The first one I'm going to show you is Beta. Beta is just basically your alpha and how it's trading against some kind of index. In my case, I'm going to use the S&P 500 because this was originally meant for U.S. stocks. So I can use any of these, any index I choose. I'm going to make all the code I'm showing available to my elite members and elite members only. Quite a bit of effort was put into developing this, so you only find it here. I'll put it up as a project packaged up like this. So there's 3 source projects here. As I said, the first one is the Beta, or they say in the UK the Beta. Okay, anyways. So it's going to just do a simple linear regression, and it's going to show the returns and distribution between the GSPC, which is again the standard S&P 500, as well as whatever my chosen stock would be. So I'll just show you a simple example. The code is pretty simple, but it posts some very good stats that can be helpful, just as part of a measurement to see how a stock is performing, or particularly an asset against an index of some kind. So what we got to do is, as we run it, we pass the symbol that we're interested in, the symbol index, or the benchmark. In my case, it's the GSPC, as I said. All the data is downloaded from Yahoo, so that will get all included. Okay, so let me just show you what we do here. So we're going to run this calc Beta, which is the name of the function, obviously. Just talked about the input arguments, and let's run it. Okay, so we're going to do IBM up against the S&P 500. So basically what happens is actually one chart that gets created. Linear regression of IBM against the GSPC. Here's GSPC, here's the IBM, and we also have a regression line as well to measure that. So let me just show you some other past charts here. So in my case, we got Ford here. We have GM, so this could be useful for visually just looking at a long and short on a particular pair. We also can do Coke and Pepsi is another example, always against the standard S&P 500, which the GSPC is. And here's Pepsi, and I just showed Coke earlier. So you can see the trend line is a little flat. So that's the Beta, or Beta, and just one of the 3 M files, so I'll just blab about the other ones in the next 2 segments. Hello everybody, Brian here on the second segment of my custom risk management tools as part of my weight allocation and portfolio management, which I would kind of consider as part of my risk management as well. We're going to talk about Kelly Criterion. Not walk you through the source, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview of how this works. Essentially, last fall I was developing a system called the AK-47, and I developed a database around it. I developed obviously tables within the database and a whole pile of code. So I'm showcasing this particular function in MATLAB, how it works and how it integrates with the database. Now again, all this is going to be included for my elite members. This is part of my future system in trading. Very important system. So this is Postgres. This is my front end to my Postgres database that I've talked about this many times, various videos and postings on my blog, and about Postgres last fall of 2014. So back then, I had this table called positions, and basically the positions was for pair trading, and it tracks each order that's submitted to a broker, and it submits a long timestamp and the short price, the stop loss percentage that's automatically calculated dynamically by the system, the upper stop, lower stop. It's like a range bound, that the threshold for that position that will allow before an entry and exit. Sorry, an exit would take place. There's also a target, and again low target, and then we have a long symbol as well, and we have all the corresponding order info as well. So we have on the pair we're doing I think it was Coke here and Pepsi on this particular trade for an order for this pair using arbitrage. Has a long entry, the timestamp, the market price, stop loss percent, the target levels that are allowed. Again, I've talked about this many times in my previous videos. So the targets are set, the upper bound, the lower bound, and the exits as well, once those exits take place. Now in this case, there are some exits, and a lot of these are just dummy variables or rows just for testing purposes, but I'm just going to walk you through the code on the Kelly Criterion. So that's the database. So here in the MATLAB function, what this does is basically reads the database, the entire database, and it calculates the winning and losing ratio. That's what Kelly Criterion does. So it'll show the profit. If the profit's obviously greater than 0, we have a win. If we have a loss, then we track that. Essentially, we track the profit, do a P&L, profit and loss, on that particular trade. And we have a total. And then we figure out a ratio on our wins against the losses. We figure out our Kelly Criterion. And then there is the Kelly Criterion is typically used to, no different if you were a live trader in a bank or a hedge fund where you may have your boss allocating money to you based upon your performance. The system does the same thing. So this is done in a way for the system to protect itself from, basically to protect the portfolio, so that if, let's say, there's too many losses taking place on the trades, the Kelly Criterion will tell the system if it's too risky and there's too many losses taking place on the next set of trades on the positions, reduce the amount allocated to those trades on those new positions until the system starts turning a profit again. So it's a dynamic way of being able to allocate money based upon stock trading performance. So this is all used based on these simple calculations, and of course a database. And this can be running all the time as the system is running. Okay, very important. So let me just run it. Maybe did I run it? Well, I'll run it to you live. So basically it's gone through the database, checking all the positions. As you can see here, we got a win, win, win. And then we have our total P&L. So we have our long entry calculated, our P&L. We've got to fix these displays. And then we calculate the winning loss ratio. So we have 10 wins, 1 loss, total P&L, which is negative, I believe, for whatever reason, just some dinky data. And then we calculate our our Kelly Criterion ratio there. So that's a pretty major risk metric on the portfolio as a way to money manage the total portfolio in the account to protect it if the system's taken out too many losses at that point. So hopefully this is an important one. Again, this code, among everything else, will be available for my elite members. Okay, one more video segment, all right? Hang tight. Hey, Brian here in the final segment to talk about position weighting for the entire portfolio on future trades. So when I've gone through the database. I showed that to y'all in the previous segment, position table, and essentially we're going to read that in this particular script, position weight, and read it in. You're going to cycle through the entire database, calculate the beta, as I showed earlier in the first segment, calculate our running long beta, a short beta, and have a total beta for the short and long. And then we have a weight percentage that we calculate, cycle through that. And we're tracking a long beta total position, short beta total, long weight percentage total, our long weight percentage total. I think I just said that. Oh, short weight total. And then from there, we do some averaging, and then calculate our percentage. And then I believe we calculate the weight ratio for the appropriate long and total of the short as well. And we build a table around that. And then we do it all again because we like to do it. We calculate the position percent, as you can see here, through simple mathematics. And then we're using this thing called a theme as to allocate as part of the particular long and short. And it's pretty basic stuff. And I forgot to mention here, it's kind of important, we have a portfolio size and our theme size as well right here. And our margin percent that we allow. And that's pretty well it. Okay, let's run it, see what happens. So it's going to run in and just spit out numbers. That's all it really is. Plus it'll display all the beta charts, the beta plots that I've shown before. Some linear regression stats thrown in there from the beta calculations. It takes it a bit, and so essentially that's what we would hope to see. Trade amount for each position. As you can see, it needs to be cleaned up for a better display and stuff, but generally it kind of works. Pretty primitive, but it does the job, and ready to go. I'll talk to you later. Hopefully this will help you out. And hopefully all three of these videos, again, are part of all the source code, is available to all my elite members that can download once I get it up there, which should be in the next little bit. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later.